Are you thinking about owning land or a house in Kigali? These are the smartest steps to owning property in Kigali or anywhere in Rwanda. From dream to deed, owning your land in Kigali starts here. Smart, safe, and secure. Welcome to the Investor's IQ. Whether you're a Rwandan or a foreigner, this video is exactly for you. Kigali is one of Africa's fastest growing cities, and owning land here is a dream. Before you buy, consider this. Are you buying to build, invest, or rent out? What are the prices? How about legal ownership aspects? Well, let's begin with land ownership types in Rwanda. Legal ownership means having a clear, registered title, verified seller, approved land use, and all taxes or fees paid. Without these, you risk losing your investment. Rwandans can freely buy land anywhere in the country. Land ownership is restricted for foreigners, who can only lease land for up to 99 years in most cases. First, always make sure the seller has a valid land title. This is your proof of ownership. Next, verify the land is free from disputes, mortgages, or inheritance claims, and check its zoning to ensure it fits your purpose, whether for building, business, or farming. All land purchases must be registered with the Rwanda Land Management and Use Authority, RLMUA, usually with a notary witnessing the sale agreement. Don't forget to budget for registration fees, taxes, and survey costs. Once everything is verified and paid, the land is officially transferred into your name, giving you legal and secure ownership. What foreigners can and can't buy in Rwanda? Rwanda gives you powerful long-term control through an emphyteutic lease. This is 49 to 99 years. And for bigger projects, a state investment concession spelled out in a formal contract. Here's the kicker. For living and investing, that lease functions a lot like ownership. You can mortgage it, improve it, sell it, even bequeath it, as long as you respect the contract and planning rules. In practice, that's enough runway to build, harvest value, and pass it on. So the real question isn't, can I own? It's, where do I play to win? Which Kigali neighborhoods deliver the best returns? And what are the prices right now? If you are looking for Kigali's top luxury neighborhoods,
Nyarutarama, Kiyovu, Kacyiru, Gachuriro comes first.
The cost of a 350 square meter plot
In Nyarutarama, Kigali,
varies based on location, zoning, and proximity to key amenities. A 350 square meter plot.
in Nyarutarama, Kigali,
Here's what you can expect. For plots in less central areas, the price usually starts at around 45 million Rwandan francs. If you're looking closer to main roads or near key amenities, expect to pay between 70 and 100 million Rwandan francs. And for the most prime locations in high-demand areas, prices can go up to 150 million Rwandan francs or even more. How about larger plots? Check out these numbers. A plot of 1,839 square meters is listed at a jaw-dropping 600 million Rwandan francs. That breaks down to about 326,000 per square meter. But wait, it gets even bigger. A massive 2,506 square meter plot is going for 770 million Rwandan francs. Around 307,000 per square meter. And then there's a 1,652 square meter plot at 420 million Rwandan francs, which lands closer to 254,000 Rwandan francs per square meter. So, whether you're buying for investment or building your dream home, your budget will largely depend on location and proximity to services. Let's talk rentals. Nyarutarama remains one of the most expensive neighborhoods for living. Luxury homes here can easily run into the multi-millions each month. For instance, luxury furnished homes with amenities like swimming pools, gardens, and multiple bedrooms. Rent typically ranges from 4.5 to 7 million Rwandan francs per month. That's around 3 to 5,000 US dollars. If you're looking for a standard furnished home with 3 to 4 bedrooms and modern interiors, you can expect to pay around 2 to 5 million Rwandan francs per month. That's around 1 to 4,000 US dollars. And for those on a tighter budget, basic unfurnished homes are available starting from about 800,000 Rwandan francs per month. That's around 500 US dollars. Kigali isn't only about premium plots.
in Kinyinya, Gasabo district,
You can find a 575 square meter residential plot for about 95 million Rwandan francs. That's roughly 165,000 per square meter, much lighter on the wallet.
and in Kichukiro's Kagarama neighborhoods,
The story is similar. Here, 300 square meter plots are averaging around 45 million Rwandan francs, about 150,000 per square meter. These fall right into Kigali's so-called value range, which typically runs between 120,000 and 180,000 per square meter. Generally, Kigali's real estate is full of contrasts. In areas like
Nyarutarama,
land can cost between 250,000 and 450,000 Rwandan francs per square meter, sometimes even higher. But
In places like Kinyinya or Kicukiro,
you'll find much more affordable options. And one last tip, wherever you decide to buy, always check the zoning rules and building rights first. In Kigali, the fine details are just as important as the price. What are you allowed to build in Kigali? This takes us to understanding zoning and the Kigali Master Plan. Picture this. You've just found what looks like the perfect plot of land in Kigali. The location is amazing, the price feels right, and you're already imagining the dream house, the apartments, or maybe even that boutique cafe you've always wanted to open. Sounds exciting, right? But here's the twist that catches a lot of buyers off guard. Just because you own the land doesn't mean you can build whatever you want on it. The real gatekeeper here is Kigali's master plan, the city's official blueprint for what goes where and how the city grows. Now, let's break it down. Kigali uses a modern zoning system. Residential zones are split into categories, R1, R2, and R3. Each one has its own playbook. For example, R1, that's low-density housing. Think single-family homes, wide setbacks, a quieter neighborhood feel. You're not building a tower block here. R2, this is more medium density, allowing things like townhouses or duplexes. R3, now we're talking. That's where you can go mid-rise. Apartments, more vertical development, more people in the same space. Then you've got the C-series zones. These are for commercial and mixed-use projects. That's where you see offices, shops, and apartments blending together. And finally, there are public or green areas, parks, schools, wetlands, where building is either very restricted or outright impossible. So, how do you know which zone your land falls into? Simple. Every single parcel of land in Rwanda has what's called a UPI, or Unique Parcel Identifier. Think of it like the land's fingerprint. Before you buy a piece of land, plug that UPI into the Land Information Inquiry Portal. It's the government's official online system linked directly to the National Land Register. And boom. It tells you the zoning, the land category, and basically spells out your build rights before you even think about putting up walls. Now let's say you've done your homework and you're ready to build. This is where the City of Kigali One-Stop Center steps in. They're the people who issue construction permits. And here's some good news. If your documents are complete and your design actually follows the rules of your zone, their guideline promises about a 45-day timeline for permit approval. Pretty efficient compared to many cities around the world. But here's the practical advice, and this one could save you a ton of stress. Before you sign anything, confirm the zoning matches your actual plans. Imagine buying land zoned R1, dreaming of putting up a block of luxury apartments, only to discover you're legally limited to building a single-family home. Or picture buying in a green zone, only to learn you can't build at all. That happens more often than you'd think. Now yes, there is a process to request a land use change, maybe shifting from R1 to R3, or from residential to mixed use. But let's be real, that process takes time, involves uncertainty, and approval is never guaranteed. So, if you're counting on it, you'd better budget for delays, costs, and the possibility of a no. Simply, this is how to double-check a property in Kigali, step by step, so you know it's 100% safe before you buy. First, identify the plot by its UPI. Think of this as the land's fingerprint. Look it up on the Land Information Inquiry Portal to confirm the parcel basics. Then have your notary or lawyer verify ownership and any encumbrances directly in LAIS. This is your foundation check. Next, match the seller to the title. Names and national ID or passport numbers must line up perfectly with the registered owner. If anything doesn't match, pause the deal until it does. Now, check for encumbrances or caveats. When you start the Irembo title transfer application and enter the UPI, an error for a caveat or legal block is a clear red flag. Stop and investigate before you move another inch. Then review zoning and design feasibility. Pull the zoning rules for that parcel and sit with a local architect who understands one-stop center expectations, stories, setbacks, coverage, and what's realistically approvable. Finally, do a neighborhood and comps scan. Walk the street at different times of day. Note slope, drainage, and road access. Compare recent, real transactions, not just asking prices, using multiple portals and agencies so you're not relying on a single data point. Alright, now let's walk through the step-by-step legal process of how foreigners can actually buy land in Rwanda. Step 1. Sale agreement, contract of sale. Buyer and seller sign a notarized sale agreement either with a district notary, RDB notary for investors, or a private notary. Presidential tariffs cap many notarial actions at just a few thousand Rwandan francs. Private notaries may charge an additional small fee. Step 2. Apply for title transfer, voluntary sale on Irembo. the official online workflow for land transfers. You or your agent log in, input the UPI, upload the notarized contract and IDs, and submit. Processing time is about 7 working days. Outcomes today are e-titles, digital land titles. If there's a caveat, Irembo flags it immediately. Step 3. Get your e-title and verify. Rwanda operates e-titles with cryptographic signatures and timestamps tied to the Land Administration Information System LAI's database. Verify details: party names, UPI, rights, land use. Alright, here we have 4 important documents you'll handle when buying land or property in Kigali, and the exact online portals you'll go through to get them. Number 1. The land lease title. This proves the seller legally holds the land lease from the government. For foreigners, that usually means a 49-year lease for residential land. Number 2. The sale agreement. This is your contract with the seller. It spells out the price, the payment terms, and the conditions of transfer. Always get it done with a lawyer or notary. Number 3. The transfer deed. This is what officially moves the land lease into your name. It's processed through the Rwanda Land Authority or online via
Irembo.
once payment is complete. Always get it done with a lawyer or notary. And number 4, the building permit. If you plan to build, you'll need city approval for your architectural plans before breaking ground. Follow one-stop center guidance for permit flow, checklists, target timeline. Now let's look together the process of turning land into a home. These are the steps after buying. You've done the hard part, found the plot, verified the UPI, confirmed the zoning, and locked in the title. Now comes the fun question. Can you actually build the home you're picturing as a foreign buyer in Kigali? The short answer is yes, but with some important rules. In Kigali, you can't just build anything you want. Everything starts with the master plan. That's the zoning rulebook that decides the type of home, the height, the setbacks, even the drainage. Step 1. Design and approvals. Hire a Kigali-based architect or engineer who knows the one-stop center. They'll shape your concept to fit the master plan. With a complete file, the city targets about 45 days to issue a permit. But if your plans miss the mark, expect delays. Step 2. Avoid common snags. Don't push apartment density on single-family land. Zoning wins every time. On steep plots, geotechnical studies are a must. And don't forget road access and drainage. Without them, your file won't move. Finally, remember, Kigali takes urban planning seriously. In high-end areas
like Nyarutarama or Kiyovu,
your design must meet the standards. And if you buy land, you're expected to develop it. Leaving it idle can lead to penalties. Kigali rewards buyers who do clean due diligence and follow the official digital process. As a foreigner, you'll typically hold a long lease from 49 up to 99 years rather than freehold. But in practice, you can buy, build, mortgage, rent, and sell within a transparent system anchored by UPI, LAIS,
Irembo e-services.
and e-titles. Start with the UPI, confirm zoning, notarize your sale,
Apply on Irembo.
and keep your tax and permit obligations in plain sight. And that pretty much sums up everything you need to know if you're part of the Rwandan in Rwanda, diaspora, or a foreigner looking to invest in real estate in Rwanda in 2025. If you found this video helpful, please kindly subscribe to the Investors IQ, like and leave comment below with your suggestion or ideas, and don't forget to share it to someone who is looking toward investing in Rwanda in 2025. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.